Road trip time. Hello everybody, welcome to United Stand. I'm Adam. This is Sheriff of Tiraspol, or however you pronounce that. I think probably one of the furthest away journeys we could make in this year's competition. The least visited country in all of Europe. Manchester United's 120th European opponent. Wow, that says something alone. That we've never played these. We never played a team in Moldova in our history. We never played Sheriff, obviously, ever because of that fact. But yeah, it's going to be one of them nights. The game's not being played at Sheriff's normal stadium. It's been moved further inland because it's on the border of Ukraine. Everything that's going on there with the war and security issues, the state's been moved. On about a 10,000 seater stadium, sold out in an hour, as you'd expect with United in town, and it should be a full strength United in town as well for the Moldovans to actually come and watch tonight. It's going to be very, very interesting. This is no pushover team. They've already 3-0. They've beaten Ammonia already in this group from Cyprus, and they're flying high. No strangers to upsets. They obviously beat Real Madrid in the Champions League last season. I think they got a draw with Inter Milan as well. Very good record at home in the Europa League. Not lost at home yet. Not even conceded in the last 3. And very interesting how we're going to approach this game tonight. Everyone's looking at this, and I've seen some score predictions. I've seen some from the United Stand prediction league from some of the guys who you already know. Some of them are getting a little bit ahead of themselves, to be honest. I'd get in here now, 1-0, see you later, get back up that table, and get back to Manchester. That's how I'm looking at this game. That's how I think this game is going to be. It's going to be a tough night for United. The only thing that does go in our favour is them facts that I've just said then, the fact that they're not playing at the normal stadium. It's a bit of a neutral ground. Well, not neutral, still in Moldova, obviously, but not at their usual ground, where most of this form and all the upsets, especially the big one against Real Madrid, came last season. So for me, I don't see this helping them. Obviously, the travelling's not going to be good for us. We always know what that's like. But the bonus for us is we've got a full strength, well, we've got a fully rested team. After Ten Hag's press conference, I did get a little bit more disheartened. Rashford injured, still no Martial. I'm not worried about the likes of Luke Shaw, but again, we're having the problem as to why we were all worried in the summer about not buying another forward. Another striker especially. Rashford's played down the middle this season. Obviously Martial wants to play down the middle. They're both missing. And already we're being stretched in that department because we haven't got the numbers. Yes, we've got the wide attacking players, and we have got enough for tonight. And you could easily play Sancho, Anthony and Ronaldo with Bruno Fernandes behind them, or Eriksen as the other two, as the other player, because he does like to play a 4-5 prong attack, Ten Hag. And depending if he wants to go with that tonight, I think he has to. He has to take the game to them because we need to win this game. Another draw or a defeat, even worse, then we're struggling. We really are struggling. I said we needed to win these next 4 games and qualify. I think if we win tonight, I think we're pretty much set, because I'd expect us to get the double over Ammonia, and I'd expect us to beat Sheriff at home at Old Trafford. That would leave us on 12 points, pretty much nailed on qualification. The only important thing, like we've said and we've brought up quite a few times on the channel, is that we really need to be top of this group, because top of the group means you skip the round of 32 in the Europa League. So if we can just get through these next 4 games, then the last game is going to be away at Sociedad. There could be something riding on that. That could literally be winner takes all in terms of winning the group in that game. So all of a sudden it becomes very interesting. We will see how it pans out when it gets to that stage. But first things first, let's get the win tonight. Let's get 3 points on the board and get up that table, get up there in the group, and actually put ourselves in decent position as we head into the first international break of the season. I mean, God, it just seems like it's a stop-start. I mean, yeah, it was great in August, game after game after game. And then this nightmare now with the fixture pile-up that's coming. October's going to be mental. Then we've got the World Cup break. Obviously, this group is all going to be done and dusted by the time the start of November comes, obviously for the World Cup. So it is important that we go into this international break with some points on the board. And tonight is vital for United. I mean, all the work that we've done in the league, the 4 wins in a row, they're coming back and getting everything sorted. If we do back-to-back defeats in the Europa League, which it would be after the Sociedad game last week, then he's just going to put a big dampener on everything, and it's just going to set a tone going into the international break of Oh, it is still the old United, isn't it? It's still United we used to see last season. They flatter to deceive. It's like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, because we cannot afford to not be in the knockout stages of the Europa League. It's an opportunity for us to get back in the Champions League and obviously win a trophy. It's vitally important. And at this stage, you look at the competition, you go, yeah, it's not the best teams in the world, obviously. It is the poorer part of the competition, but it will get interesting and the games will get better, especially when the Champions League teams drop in. But we need to keep the momentum going. That's most important of all. Get the 3 points, go in to the international break, like I said, with a win under our belts and actually comfortable in the group and comfortable in our form within the league. Yeah, it's disappointing we just missed 2 games, and then when we come back it's going to be Man City. It's like, what a game to come back to. It just seems like we've not had the opportunity to build up and add to all the hard work that we've put in over the last 4 games in the Premier League and the wins, and we've deserved the wins that we've got in the Premier League. And it just feels like Crystal Palace, then it would have been Leeds this weekend. We could have maybe been off the back of 6 straight wins in the Premier League heading into the City game, but no, we've been cancelled as a Category A game, and it's not going to be happening against Leeds at weekend. What it does mean is we're going to see the strongest team that Ten Hag can pick, obviously barring injuries, like I've said already. But that's one thing you got to look at as a positive, at least for tonight. There's no complacency within squad selection. I don't think there's any room for anything like we've seen against Sociedad, where we're trying things out. I think it needs to be the Arsenal team pretty much, barring Marcus Rashford. I think that's what it needs to be. It needs to be the players need games in the legs anyway. We can't be heading into the international break with players hardly playing for a few weeks. I know we've got a lot of games coming up, but obviously it's good that we keep the consistency running, and we obviously get game time and everyone gets used to playing with each other. The stop-start aspect of everything, and like you said, it's like this team now haven't played. If we play that strongest team like I just said tonight, then that's going to have been about 2 weeks since the Arsenal game. That's how long ago it's been, because obviously we played the mixed match team against Sociedad. It just feels like we've just been disrupted. It's not our fault, but it just feels like it's got the chance that it could go the wrong way, and I don't want to think that way. I still want to think positive, but it's just really annoying that we're not having the opportunity to build on what we've already done, and everyone's going to get a jump start on us now, and by the time we come back we could be like mid-table again, because everyone's got a game in hand on us. Then if we do lose to City, which is a high possibility, we could be languishing again, and it just doesn't seem right that we would be there. Do you know what I mean? It's like we should have had the opportunity to play our game at least. I think they could have easily moved it. Well, not moved it because of the Europa League, but I understand, like, you know what, maybe there's a chance that they could have just played this game on a Saturday. I know, obviously, Europa League turnaround times, but a Saturday evening or something like that, and then get all the police there. I know it's hard to work out, and I see why they've done it. I do understand it, I really do. But in terms of how we're looking now, I think it's just a raw hand, to be honest, that we've been dealt. And like I said, if we'd have had them 2 games, the Palace and Leeds, I think we would have taken a minimum of 4 points out of them at least, maybe even 6. Been in a really strong position. But no, by the time we come back after the international break now, I do believe that obviously we would have dropped down the league, because everyone around us is still playing. And then we've got City in the first game back away from home. There's a strong possibility that the way City are playing, that they could beat us. It's a tough one. Obviously, I still think United can beat City, but it just feels like we've been dealt that bad hand, basically. And that's the vibe it's coming. So it's important that tonight we actually get the win tonight, and just add a little bit to the momentum that we've built up over the last few weeks. You know what I mean? Don't let that Sociedad be the game that takes preference. Don't let that be the game that everyone's talking about, because we've backed it up with another poor performance in the Europa League. Go out tonight, be workmanlike, do what you got to do, get the win, get it under the belt, and then everyone will be thinking, right, United are safe in the group. The atmosphere is nice and settled. Everyone's going away on international duty on the back of 4 wins in the league, safe in the group. Obviously, the next game is the double-header with Ammonia, which we should be getting 2 wins from. It's just that league bit in it that's really annoying at the moment, that we can't play in the league. But this is why tonight is so important. You know what I mean? Let's not go into the international break on the back of 2 defeats or 2 bad games. A draw tonight wouldn't be good enough for United. We really do have to win the game tonight, and going into it, I do believe that we have got that mindset and we will be right for it. I don't think complacency is going to come in at all in this one. And like I said, that team that I just said then, it will be, I think, the strongest team possible. So Dalot, Martinez, Varane, and obviously Malacia. Midfield of either McTominay or Casemiro, probably McTominay, with Bruno and Eriksen, with Sancho, Antony, either side of Cristiano Ronaldo. And that should be more than enough to beat Sheriff tonight. And I think that's what Ten Hag will go with. No point in resting anyone now. They've had a week, 2 weeks off in the league. And if there was ever a game just to say, look, let's just put some points on the board, it's this one. Everything. Throw everything you've got at it and let's get out of there. Get the tough away trip done and dusted. Move on, international break, then come back to the mental month, which is October, all the way into the start of November before the World Cup. God knows where we'll be then. But guys, let me know what you think about tonight. I'm going with 1-0 United. Just get in, get out. I think it's going to be a tough night, but I think we've got enough, definitely got enough to win this game. Let me know what you think. Score predictions. Would you change anything in the team? Get your comments in below, everybody. And obviously, let's hope that United can get the W, get out, and we head into what is going to feel like one of the longest international breaks in history for this football team right now. Cheers for watching, everybody. Like, share and subscribe to the United Stand. I'll catch you all after the game.